I say every day. It's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
We're not qualified.
Explorers in the further regions of experience.
I understand. Did you not listen to me?
Then the hell with you.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to Screaming into the Void, episode number 174. I sound a little sedate, don't I? It's weird. Anyway, usually I'm a little more upbeat than this. My name is Sammy the Infamous, and this is the show where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like. Joining us today for the first time in a few weeks, we've got green-haired anti-liberal.
Hello.
Hi, good to see you.
Hello.
And we also have Caucasian Sasquatch. Between he and I, this might be a shit show, so we'll see how it goes.
It's going to be great. I'm going to ruin everything.
And we also got Abe.
Yeah, what's going on?
In his house. We may have other people drop in as we go along. We'll see what happens. It's going to be kind of a weird day. But we're live. We're doing the show. We're going to talk a lot of shit about Canada today and NATO. So,
Yeah, we're going for the low-hanging fruits today.
right. You know, party, that sort of thing. But before we get into that, I want to say hello to the chat as it is. And by the way, chat, we are live currently on my YouTube channel, Sammy the Infamous, Caucasian Sasquatch's YouTube channel, Caucasian Sasquatch, and also my Twix and Rumble. If you're in any of those places, drop a comment and let us know you're there. Speaking of dropping comments on Rumble, B-roll stage followed. Welcome in. Hey, thanks, brother. Glad to have you.
Bud?
We've got Ardent Party, who is apparently having internet troubles as well. It's been a thing. I don't know.
Seems to be going round. Yeah.
Well, we've been having a windstorm for the last 2 days too. It just cooled off about a couple hours ago, and it's going to start up again in 2 more days. So I get it, man. It's interfering with everything. We've also got Beak in the chat. Howdy, Beak. Good to see you, man. We have over on the Sasquatch side, Demetris Paganaris. I think I got that right. Welcome in.
What up, bud? First time no seat.
Old Blindy apparently was deleted. I don't know. Well, that depends on when you left a comment. If you do it 12 hours before the stream, the stream hours will just
Yeah.
It's this didn't happen. And I made the stream last night before I went to bed at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I went to sleep. So it is what it is. So we've got JB in the chat. Howdy. Good to see you. All right. As we go along, I will try to bring up comments on the screen as we talk and do the things and do all the things and have all the funs. First and foremost, we're apparently officially in official talks with Denmark about acquiring Greenland.
Yes.
Which, on the one hand, is could be good news. On the other hand, Denmark also doesn't seem super fucking pleased about the whole thing, and NATO is backing them, which is funny because we back NATO.
Don't care. I want Greenland. What's that? 56,000 people.
Something like that.
Protectorate.
Yeah, it's basically the size of an incredibly small town.
Yes,
please. I think there might be more people in Greenland than there are in the town that I live in, but only by 10,000.
Right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there are more third world immigrants that live down my street than live in the entire Greenland.
My town is 56 to 60,000 people. So yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
I had somebody come at me about this, why are we considering a military takeover of a non-enemy country? And I'm like, okay, first of all, they're not a country. Calm the fuck down. They're a Dane. What do you call it? A protectorate of Daneland of the
Denmark.
Danes. Denmark. Thank you. And
I like
and we've been
Daneland
in-
better.
Daneland's much better. That's
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
England, actually.
It's way better.
In-laws. But anyway, we've been in negotiations to buy this strip of freaking nothing for the past 178 years or something like that. And it's nothing
Yeah.
new. There's no reason to get your dander up. They should just sign the fucking paper and move on with their lives. Maybe they'll even get a vote eventually if they play their cards right.
No. No, they can sit in the same fucking limbo that the Virgin Islands do.
I mean, there is a reason though.
The Virgin
Why
Islands
Greenland?
are there for a reason.
Sure, but they don't get to.
Neither does Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and honestly,
Yeah, I mean,
if anybody's going to be made
reason
first state, I think Puerto Rico's probably earned it.
Yeah, but they don't want it.
yeah, sure.
Every chance they get to vote to be a state, they vote it down in their own parliament.
Well, in that case, none of them do. None of them get to. Fire.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, the reason why Greenland is so sparsely populated is because most of it is just a great big ice sheet. Most of it is not habitable land.
The meaning of Greenland and Iceland was a huge fucking mistake.
Oh, no, it wasn't a mistake.
No, it was deliberate.
Rebranding of history. It was deliberately done.
Was it?
No, they looked at Iceland and said, nobody wants to go there because it's named Iceland. And they looked at this fucking glacier and went, okay, we'll call it Greenland.
Yeah.
56,000 people over there.
Sounds slightly retarded.
No, it was strategic.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, Greenland is very resource rich. Like another country that the United States has just taken over.
No, we didn't take it over. We allow them to rule themselves under our auspices.
Like the Ottomans.
I mean, that's how the British Empire worked. I
see what you mean now.
Hilariously, that's how the Persian Empire worked before the mullahs got in there. So no, it's just funny to me though, because in recent weeks we've been seeing signs of brinkmanship. Right, signs of brinkmanship, which is I think was coined by John Dulles, I believe, was the guy who talked about that first as a thing. But what's funny to me, so there were recently. Yeah, it's essentially dancing up to the edge of annihilation and then stepping back at the last second. that's
kind of like Trump's negotiation tactics, though.
Mm-hmm.
So this is pretty on brand.
Right. But it isn't just him doing it. Like, we've had people talking about like, oh, Denmark's going to go war. If that happens, what happens with NATO? Well, NATO's going to side with Denmark. And I was like, well, if that happens, NATO falls apart because obviously we're not going to be sending our fucking troops and money to fight us.
And that would be a very interesting world war, my friend.
Right.
Because that would suddenly bring about the literal destiny of manifest globalism.
Right.
It would force the issue.
Can you imagine a bunch of American boys wearing the NATO colors sitting out there on the battlefield, right? It's setting up tables and shit, and they're playing Connect Four with the boys in the red, white, and blue. And that's as far as it goes because we're not going to shoot each other over this.
Play around chess and checkers right? Instead of fighting.
I guess Denmark is now doing like talks. They're doing like, talks every couple of weeks about trying to figure out, what the best way, I guess, to hand over Greenland is to the largest military power on Earth.
I mean, it's basically rhetoric anyway, because Greenland is already full of U.S. military bases.
We have impunity to put up military bases in Greenland. The only places we're not allowed to build is like inside their declared cities and natural parks.
Exactly, yeah.
I had somebody come at me asking, why would you even propose how did Trump put it? The easy way or the hard way? Mm-hmm. And the easy way was $100,000 per person. The hard way is $500,000 per person.
I likes you,
We
and I
offer
wants you. Now we can do it the easy way, or we can do it the hard way.
Yeah.
Are we not scared to face the Canadian Army? No, sir. No, sir. I am
No.
not afraid of the Canadian Army, not even a little
Hold on.
bit.
Here's
What
the thing.
Canadian Army?
No, stop it. Quit. War crimes again. Listen, we're not going to chase the Canadians into Canada. That's where you fuck up.
Yeah.
We'll just let you sit up there and we'll blockade your ports and shit. Like until that Northwest Passage opens up, you're fucked.
Yeah, and here's the thing about that. Like, I would be more concerned about protracted conflict with Canada if, in the first place, had a military that could in any way stand up against ours. And secondly, if they had anywhere to run to, right? This ain't like invading Russia, man. Canadians ain't hard like Russians.
Hold on, bro.
Get them into the fucking Northwest Territories, and most of them, the soft ones, the 70% of their population lives on the fucking border.
Here's the problem.
Yeah, sure.
They can cede territory. The problem is we are prepared to take territory from Germany. Canada's not that far away. We are prepared to take territory in South America and Africa and places on the continental east. Canada's not far enough away to try to cede territory there's not enough territory to cede.
Right. So
also there's Alaska. Alaska's just kind of sitting over there itching for it, man.
Right. And Alaska is pretty heavily fortified on account of when we bought it from the Russians, and then the Cold War happened, and it was a whole thing. And
and there's still a double handful of Alaskans over there who consider themselves Russian, which is interesting. Voting in American elections.
there's a few who consider themselves Canadian too, weirdly. But they're mostly over Ketchikan way, right up on the border with BC. So, but it is what it is, man. I don't think anybody's going to be able to stop us if we want to take Greenland. We're just giving them the option of doing it peaceably in a fucking conference room.
I have a different opinion. I think we've already taken Greenland, and we're trying to figure out the easiest way to let him down. There are probably, and I'm just guessing, more American servicemen in Greenland than there are Greenland citizens. Let's find this out. I will look.
Right. I'm just going to say this conversation is already retarded. No, not like it isn't normally, but sacrificing the soft power that America has demonstrated over the past almost century that has made people want to be Americans will be sacrificed at every opportunity you attempt to be an empire.
Yeah, I see. The thing is I don't want more people to be Americans outside of my own current borders. You can be vassals.
You just broke Abe's heart.
Cool.
You can be vassals. I'm cool with that. Pay us tribute.
Man, you motherfuckers didn't learn anything from any empire in history.
Christ.
Christ.
They didn't have gas. They did not have gasoline, sir. Y'all were fucking around with coal. You were really close to making it work.
Right.
But don't touch our boats.
So, anywho.
Do you know what the Mongols had that the Chinese didn't?
Horses.
Genghis Khan.
Exactly. One man. But do you know what they really had? Bearing in mind the Chinese at the time were arguably the most advanced civilization on Earth. Do you know what he did? He took little pieces of wood and attached them to the tails of the horses so that every time they ran into the battle, it made their forces look so much bigger and it scared the shit out of their enemies. And that was the thing that ended up allowing them to conquer so much. Fear.
Also the fact that they killed a lot of people.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Hold on. There's a few tidbits that aren't taught in the history classes, and I'm sure y'all are aware of this. One of the things the Mongols would do after they took a village is go to the neighboring village and throw all the heads over the fucking wall.
Well, I mean, that was just for fun. Come on.
Yeah, but I mean, they would throw all the heads over the wall with a note nailed to one of them, like the king or whatever from the neighbors. Like, dude, just open the gates; it'll be a lot easier. We're still going to raid and pillage you, but we won't burn you out and behead you and throw you at your neighbors.
Right. So anyway, long story short, I ain't super worried about any might that NATO brings to bear, if they bring anything to bear at all. But we do have a couple of clips of some fun stuff being said. So we're gonna bring some of those up. Is this the first one, Sasquatch?
No, that was me trying to figure out how many American servicemen are in Greenland. And it gave me a bunch of historical bullshit.
Probably more than actual Greenlanders.
That's what I was figuring. There are 6, if I remember right, there are 6 military bases and 4 naval bases. So you do the math on that one.
Right.
You should look at all the bases on Okinawa, Japan.
Yeah.
That thing is just all American bases.
I think it's an American state. It just doesn't know it yet.
For Greenland and for the Kingdom of Denmark, we are NATO partners with Denmark, and so our full partnership stands. Our obligations on Article 5, Article 2 of NATO stand, and we stand full square behind those. But the future of Greenland is a decision for Greenland and for the Kingdom of Denmark. We are NATO partners with Denmark, and so our full partnership stands. Our obligations on Article 5, Article 2 of NATO stand, and we stand full square behind those. But the future of Greenland is a decision for Greenland and for the Kingdom of Denmark. We are NATO partners with Denmark.
This is a short clip, obviously.
We all know that he actually means China will go to war. Canada is no longer Canada. They literally just made a deal with China. But they haven't been Canada for at least a decade. They have been China.
China.
That's all he's saying.
China.
Yep.
Indeed.
Because Trump pissed him off, so he was just like, let me go suck your dick, China.
Well, Mark Carney's a piece of shit anyway.
Yep.
How the fuck he won an election, I'll never know.
He didn't. He wasn't elected.
There you go, then.
No, he wasn't elected. They did with him what they were planning on doing with fucking Kamala Harris.
Yeah. Old bait and switch.
Yeah.
You know, essentially, there was supposed to be an election, and Trudeau basically named his successor in an elected position, and that was that. That's what happened. They just slid him on in. Nobody fucking voted for this guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
Canadians hate this man.
Yeah.
Not enough to depose him.
Well, I mean, that would involve leaving your house, and it's cold outside, man. Have you ever been to Canada?
That's fair. It is wintertime.
It's a lot to get them out.
It's cold here, and they're
It's like minus 40 degrees C in Canada in various places.
You guys,
It's fucking colder than Russia.
I have to go outside, plug in my truck so that my fuel can thaw out enough for me to thaw out my fuel pump.
you saw that he was talking about the New World Order, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then when asked what he meant by that, he started just, talking about China and using all the communist buzzwords.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
China.
He's doing that because he's trying to make nice with China, because he's trying to get Chinese resources and support, but he's not actually working for China. He's working for the good folks over in Davos.
Mhm.
His predecessor was also one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the thing about people who want to build up a new world order or an order in their image or a one world government or whatever, there Fact is, there's not one group doing it. There are many groups doing it, and sometimes they work together to achieve an aim. China wants to do it. Fucking certain parts of fucking Russia wants to do it.
Well,
the Middle East wants
all
to
of
do
those
it.
bastards have infiltrated the Commonwealth to such a horrific degree. Australia's fucked. We're fucked. Canada's fucked.
Right.
South Africa's been fucked for about 30 years.
That's not what I'm getting at, Abe. What I'm getting at is that eventually there's going to come a point where they're going to have to turn on each other because you can't have 6 one world orders.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't work like that. But for right now, they're making nice because all of them stand against the U.S.
Yeah.
All of them. So
I don't think the US is exempt from that order, though.
No, absolutely not. We've got plenty of them fucking infiltrating here too. We've got you know, all that bullshit happening over in fucking Minnesota. We've got California. We've got Washington D.C. Like we have problems too.
I mean, even Trump. You know, go and kiss the wall. Go and kiss the wall. Because if you don't kiss the wall, you won't get any power.
Well, first of all, the whole wall kissing thing. Separate one world thing than the one that I'm worried about, but that's a whole other thing.
Look, Shadoo's not here. I'm a stand-in. Okay, right?
Just think about the rabbits.
Also, I heard this thing the other month or whatever that Trump secretly converted to Judaism. I don't know if that's true or not. He still shows up at church, so I don't know if that's true or not. I do know that like didn't one of his sons marry into a Jewish family and convert?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't really have an issue
Jared
with that.
Kushner.
Like
He's Jewish, I think.
Thing. It's like whatever, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Maybe
the diaspora wouldn't consider him Jewish anyway,
right? But
because his mother wasn't Jewish, so
yeah. Well, I mean,
a convert.
He wouldn't be ethnically Jewish, and therefore not entitled to ethnically Jewish things, but he could still be part of the religion. Yeah. But it doesn't really matter. Like if he did convert, right? Though, like the kiss in the wall thing makes sense. It also makes sense in the context that nearly every president we've ever had for the last fucking 80 years has done that.
Yes.
You know, even the ones who clearly had no truck with those guys still did that because it's a fucking
kiss
PR
the
thing.
Fucking wall.
because it's not an allegiance thing. It's a PR thing. You know, I think people make a little bit too much out of it. I don't think we should be doing it, but I understand. It's the same thing as like fucking shaking hands and kissing babies. It doesn't actually mean anything in the long run, in my opinion. You know,
what's crazy to me though is that, you know, as a nation, you're considering going to war with a NATO ally that has been a steadfast ally for years and has been a very important stopping off point, you know, in regards to Russia throughout the Cold War. And yet there are other countries that have certain walls in them that have actively tried to destroy the United States from within through a myriad of means. And yet, support them till the death of time itself. It's ridiculous.
Well, time is an illusion anyway. It can't die.
Well, yeah.
You know, but yeah. So I don't know. I'm not super concerned with the Jews running everything specifically, right? I think there are some Jews who are involved with some very bad groups who are certainly trying to run everything. But as far as like the Jews, that's not really a thing I'm concerned about. Any more than I'm concerned about the Somalians, right? I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of really shitty ones over.
Hold on. I got to thinking about that, and the implications around that whole thing is way deeper than anybody's really considered. I mean, everybody knows that clearly there's corruption up to the state and even the Senate level, right? Let me break down what it takes to pull off what they pulled off. There are
an IQ of more than 67. That's for damn sure.
That's for damn sure. There are a few different tribes in Somalia. 2 of them were excommunicated from this entire system. They don't get American money from this system. The other 2 They seem to be somewhat working together in competition to both kind of pull off the same thing. I suspect this was offered to one tribe and another tribe figured it out and jumped on the bandwagon, and people in America didn't know the difference between the two and just signed off on everything. But you're trying to convince me that a group of about 40 to 90,000 immigrants came up with the same plan, perpetrated the same plan, and executed the same plan, with the results being that random Somalian men with suitcases full of money regularly fly out of local airports. And the TSA know about this, but don't seize the cash. If you fly out of a local, if I fly out of an airport here with more than $10,000, they're taking the money. Civil asset forfeiture. What's up, Desert Goat? That's what's going to happen. So why is it these people with nothing but a declaratory statement get to fly out of the country with like almost $1 billion?
Bribes. TSA
and they still got almost $1 billion.
Yeah. Yeah, but TSA is corrupt as shit. It doesn't take that much to grease their palms.
Now, TSA is one of the most horrible things that were ever put into place. It's never done anything useful that I'm aware of.
No, I mean, it found a couple of polyps, I think, before cancer set in.
All right. I stand corrected. It's a better cancer test than Jesus.
I mean, so there's like, you got to look on the bright side of the butthole here.
Baby gas, what it smells like,
right? But no, you do bring up an interesting point, though. That, like, how many Somalians are involved in these scams, and how many of them, like, and how long has this been going on, and who came up with all of this stuff? And they're just so successful at it until right this moment, especially considering that the thing that's been tossed around a lot frequently and recently is that the average IQ of your average Somalian is somewhere near 67.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right? Which, now, I don't know that that's a fact. That's just things that people are saying. But if that's the case, how did a bunch of fake, actually clinically retarded people come up with the fucking scam that built people for billions of fucking dollars and pull it off by themselves?
it goes deeper.
They had help called Democrats.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The families involved in this have every single one of their children enrolled in every single one of these daycares that you hear about. All of them.
Yep.
Was
And
it
so-
Bank of America that had like a how-to video on how to set some bullshit up in Somalian, the language, whatever they speak there? Is it Somalian? Is that a
Yeah, it's
language?
Somalian.
So,
Smellian.
like I said,
Yeah.
they didn't do this by themselves. They were coached. They were taught.
Fucking,
Here's your
I
daily
didn't-
dose of depression, everybody.
I didn't catch this. I haven't been listening to Matt Walsh for a minute because
Blue Cross. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah. Wow.
That's who I
meant. Insurance folks. They would know how to do scams. That's
Yes.
for sure.
Yep.
Yep.
Their entire industry's built on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly, actually.
Fucking literally, yeah.
Wasn't there
Fuck 'em.
was,
Pay me money in case anything bad ever happens to you. But if
It's
something bad ever
basically-
happens to you, I'm not going to give you any portion of that back or any of the.
this is what the mob does.
Yep.
It's a shame if something bad happened.
Right.
Why
It's
don't you pay me?
racketeering, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to protect you from something that may or may not happen.
But if
So
you don't
pay me in the
protect
meantime.
yourself- well, if you no. If you don't protect yourself, it will definitely happen.
Right.
Yeah.
But then when it does happen, it's an act of God and they don't pay out.
Right. Or it's a pre-existing condition and we don't cover
Mm.
those, or it's whatever. They find all kinds of excuses not to actually do the thing you're paying them to do, which is what a scammer does. They take your money and they fucking run.
So I did a bit of game theory on Greenland. I was on a panel with somebody that was kind of fruiting up about the idea of military activity in association with Greenland. And I tried to explain to them There's no military activity in association with Greenland. If we were going to attack anything related to Greenland, it would be Denmark. We already occupy Greenland, and they just couldn't fucking get it. They didn't understand that we've already got boots in the ground in Greenland. Already. We're already there. So this is all mere formality when it comes down to it.
Yeah, which is funny because I think there was a report by Mario Naffel, who was talking about how not only did Denmark but certain other NATO allies sent not troops exactly, more like fact finders.
Fact finders.
They didn't fucking send enough of them. It was like fucking 17 dudes total. But there's a report going around saying that Denmark's got troops going into Denmark or into Greenland just in case, right? And I'm like, you're right on our doorstep, man. We could blitz that shit.
Yeah.
No, dude. No. If we just operated with the troops we have in country.
Yeah, like you wouldn't actually need to physically move any more military assets to the place.
Be like, shut it down, boys. Hang up.
Yeah.
And Greenland no longer communicates with the outside world until the rest of the world either forgets about it and decides it's a new American state or just accepts the facts.
Right.
I think really the question is more about, formalizing an arrangement that makes it part of the United States.
You know what we could
Whereas, I mean, it's effectively under control over the United States already with Denmark's consent.
Yeah,
I just don't get why this is necessary.
That's where the controversy is coming in, though, is because Denmark's talking about withdrawing their consent.
Yeah.
A, good luck. B, no. And C, just take the money.
Yeah. I mean, that's like saying,
saying good luck to an ally, though, that's a bad fucking look.
Okay. We also invaded an ally and took their leader into captivity, dragged their ass off to New York and charged them with crimes that don't even exist in their country. Now what?
I don't think you could possibly call Venezuela an ally.
Well,
ever.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that. Once upon a midnight jury, they were almost an ally.
Yeah, maybe.
They
Once
weren't
upon a time.
per se. I'm not exactly sure he had reason to do that, but it's happened. It's past tense. It's like Rafiki said. It's past. Get over it.
Well, like we mentioned last time,
Noriega.
Noriega back in 1990.
Yeah. That was Panama, and it was an American protectorate at the time, wasn't it?
Yes, because of the Panama Canal and all of that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we built.
Yeah.
And all that. And honestly, and we took like 10 days to get that guy as opposed to like 20 minutes. And that's because he holed up in a bunker, unlike a homeboy down in Venezuela who didn't quite get the door closed on his bunker in time. This guy did, so we just blasted fucking like AC/DC at him for like 10 days until he was sick of it and he came out.
Yeah.
God, stop it. What's up, Vibe? Welcome in, brother. Here I am. Good to see you. Our abduction of Maduro took less time than Will coming out on Stranger Things.
I almost didn't get that reference because I haven't watched that show and I sort of forgot people were talking about how gay he was.
Yeah.
It's pretty gay.
I'm just glad that I waited to watch season 4 because I knew season 5 was supposed to be the finale season. So I don't even have to waste my time with season 4, even though people loved it. I'm like, the finale sucks. I don't care.
Honestly, season 4 would have been a better finale. It would have been like they should have just stopped there. First of all, the kids got too fucking old. They spent way too much time between seasons. Like it just doesn't fucking like it just doesn't work anymore. Secondly, they already implied that Will was gay like fucking in season 2, man.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter. And the only reason they did that was because after season 1 with the fucking him being basically the MacGuffin in the Upside Down, right? They didn't know what the fuck to do with his character because they didn't bother to develop one for him.
Well, I mean, really, that actor was this just there to be groomed by Hollywood into being gay. So
I mean, yeah, there you could say that too. I'm just
in
saying
real
that
life,
the character itself, they didn't have anything to do with that character. Like they had no plan
No, I
for him
know.
whatsoever. And in fact, if I remember right, I don't think that they actually planned to go this long. They were lucky to get the first season, and so I think part of the original plan was to actually have him die off. Like they didn't bother to develop his character, so the only thing they could think of was like, oh well, maybe he's gay, and then they don't
he's
do
the
anything
gay
with his
key to
character for
everything.
2 more fucking seasons, and then all of a sudden, oh, my gayness is the rainbow that will shine through in the end.
He's the gay key to everything that's in the shape of a dildo.
Right. You know, and honestly, they should never have made this
Probably
last
more
season.
like a butt plug.
They should never have made
Definitely.
this last season. As far as I'm concerned, it ends with Eddie's epic solo.
That's pretty cool.
You know,
Yeah.
that was that's it. There's no more after that. I'm not watching this next one.
Yeah.
Super gay. Super gay.
Man, it took me about 4 or 5 attempts just to get through episode 5 of the latest season. It's such a slog.
I haven't bothered with episode 1 of the latest season, so, you know, have fun with that.
Yeah, well, I'm not, but I am a glutton for punishment, so I think I've come this far. I'll take it to the end.
Yeah.
It might take me 6 months, but
Right.
yeah.
And that's the other thing. Like Vibe on YouTube is mentioning here is like, but no, I'm gay. Now let's move the plot forward because it had nothing to do with anything. Like, exactly. Like they it didn't even need to be brought up. First of all, this is 7?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
You're not gonna get that kind of loving response and like,
Oh, shock horror. Shock horror. Character that everyone knew was gay turns out to be gay.
Right.
Well, he got
Why?
he in the end was able to use the power of being gay to beat the bad guy. Like the actor even confirmed that in fucking interviews that
Oh, really?
Yeah.
because that was his fear that he overcame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
beat the
he
bad
did.
guy.
He was
Yeah, he
afraid of it.
did.
His power.
But it wasn't until after the bad guy touched him in naughty ways.
Hey, see, here's the thing. He touched him in a naughty way all the way down to the deep bottom of his throat, and then he decided that he liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the meme that was going around? It was like demon rapes kid says he's gay.
He got a dose of Vecna's Big Veiny.
I mean,
Right?
let's be honest. Let's be honest here about this. That sounds like a right-wing message.
Hold on. I hear you. Let's just think this through. In the old D&D lore, you have the eye of the hand of Vecna, and now the schlong of Vecna.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all
What
canon
powers
now.
does it
Fuck
give
it.
No, it's that whole thing. None of that had anything to do with anything. It shouldn't have been in the goddamn show. Show shouldn't have gone as long as it did anyway. It was kind of played out.
I think it should have been trashed at season 3.
Season 3 was trash. They maybe should have ended it before that. The only saving grace past that, like I said, was parts of season 4 were great, but
I think
ultimately
it would have been better as a
unnecessary.
one-off series.
I have a
That's
question.
never
on
gonna happen,
transition.
though, especially if it's something that was as popular as the first season of Stranger
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, they'll never do that.
So
They'll just capitalize on it.
2 Stephen King books have recently been adapted into film. The Long Walk, which, dear God, they made a movie out of it. And
That the entire premise of that is fucking why
why make a movie or why yeah.
why make that story?
Well, okay, I get it. The story is dumb. The plot is dumb. The only reason that book works is because the book functions inside of its own universe, right?
Mm.
Without that, it doesn't really carry anything, and we're not experiencing the type of predictive resource wars that happened in that universe. And that's beside the point. If you're going to tell that story, it really needs to be told as a mini series with a finale movie, because you do each character in the story as from the start all the way to wherever they fucking get capped, and then you subvert expectations by implying one of the characters that actually wins died at some point, and the ability to do that is built directly into the way the book is narrated.
Hot take: Stephen King is wholly overrated.
Sure, but if he writes another book, I'll read it.
I think he has a thing with kids.
Yeah, there's that. There's that, which didn't become apparent to me until I became a parent, actually. But
I'm not a fan of him. Well, I'm definitely not a fan of him, and I'm not a huge fan of his works either.
Right.
Yeah.
However, if I were going to rate the actual quality of his writings, I would say that his short stories are much, much better than his long novels.
The Richard Bachman cycle is way better than the Stephen King.
Yeah, but he writes those books under the Richard Bachman handle like he's writing a short story. He gets to the fucking point. He doesn't meander for 1,000 fucking pages.
Did you ever read Rage?
I didn't read that one, though.
All right, so you can't find it. Stephen King pulled it from the shelves after, either right before or right after Columbine. There was a school shooting that happened before
right.
that triggered it, and so it kind of got media attention or it might have been before Columbine. Anyway, he pulled Rage from the shelves, and Rage, you could be forgiven for mistaking the plot in Rage for being the plot in Columbine, because there's a lot of similarities, but it's just the similarities you find in an average American country household. Access to guns, access to reading material, free time. That's it. The rest of it is all in the head of the kid.
Yeah, no, I hadn't actually read that one. I will say that one of his earlier novels, though, Carrie, right? She's not using the gun; she's using her scary ass brain, but she basically does the same thing in the end of the fucking movie.
Yes. Also,
the end of the book.
Shit.
She murders her entire class, even the teachers that were nice to her, and then she kills her mother.
Nothing to worry about, folks. Just a small fire. I got this.
What the fuck?
It's been a minute since you set your studio on fire, dude. This used to be like a semi-regular thing with him.
Shut up.
Okay, no.
But yeah, I would say though his short stories are definitely better reads because they're snappier. He gets to the point. He doesn't have as much time to meander and get into pointless fucking details that don't really matter ultimately. I don't care that he loves 80s music and all of the music is crap to his ears, but that is a running theme through all of his fucking novels.
Yeah.
It's okay. I get it. That's the dude peppers opinion in there like it's seasoning on a meal.
Hold on. Different Styles has a question in chat, and I might be uniquely framed to answer. Trying to start my own stream. What the fuck do I say? I generally approve of this whole approach. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to wherever the fuck I happen to be doing whatever the fuck I happen to be doing. Tonight you'll be seeing whatever the hell I happen to be looking at and showing you some people that are coming in to click the link. Something along those lines. Be clear. Be direct.
Yep.
You could do that. I just generally give people the advice when they ask, and then they don't ask that often because obviously I'm not that great at this.
On my show that I do with Jack Tarlad, we preface it by...
Please. God damn.
I thought you were done. What the fuck?
I hadn't even gotten to the meat of it yet. That was all preamble.
God damn it. Carry on.
Point is get a mic, make sure you got good audio, turn it on, go live and start talking. It's going to be rough the first couple of times, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. And the more comfortable you get at it. So, and the more comfortable you are, and the better that you, and the better you feel about it, and the more practice you have, that starts to shine through later. People will start listening. So, yeah. Otherwise, what Sasquatch said, just get a thing. Now, Abe, what were you saying?
Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome, fucker.
You know, I'm going to send you a dismembered finger that says, "Are you done?" on it. Fucking hell. And for people who don't get that, it's a 187 reference. An amazing movie. Samuel L. Jackson. Great. Yeah, we literally, me and Jack would just say, look, this is a show where we talk bollocks. That's it.
Well, it depends. If you've got
it gives you carte blanche to say whatever.
Sure. But if you got a specific topic you're going for, start there and then invite people into the conversation. But do this for yourself. If you're just starting your channel, start each show with 30 minutes by yourself. This will do two things. This will get people used to waiting around a little while to join into the conversation, and it will also give you clean claim to anything you produce, and it'll give you a 30-minute window to use for shorts and whatever else you want to do to edit out of it.
My advice would not be helpful to you because I don't believe you have tits. My life was easy.
Yeah, sure.
Even the very first stream I did. Super awkward, doesn't matter because I'm a chick.
Yeah,
right. That checks out.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a solid A cup, but it doesn't help me much.
I mean,
at least
that's actually pretty good advice, Gail. Is if you really want to be successful at this kind of thing, be a woman.
Have tits.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, just have tits. You don't.
Even though I'm awkward and whatever, people see it as cute and therefore success.
Okay, so I have an issue with this different styles. I cannot sit and talk to myself. This is why I do these types of panels. I'm sure Abe has a similar kind of issue because he does the same kind of stuff that I do. I can sit and wax philosophical to you for 4 hours straight, but I can't do it to this stupid camera because it's a dumb eye and doesn't respond.
Yep.
And the problem with trying to interact with chat, if you're interacting with chat and that's the only thing you're doing, it's fine. But typically, chat is just slow enough to bog down your thought process into what I call the cyclic loop, because you'll say someone in chat will respond, you'll have moved on to the next concept and either not understand the comment because it's dislocated in the conversation, or somebody else is out there and is 20 minutes late and it has nothing to do with what you've said recently, and so you end up bouncing from topic to topic and not really getting anywhere.
That happens. So I do a once a month stream where it's just me and chat. Right. And that can happen where, you know, like you'll be on one topic or you'll move to the next topic and somebody will say something in chat that's in response to the last thing that you said. And then you'll respond to what they said, even keeping all that shit straight in your head. You still end up bouncing back and forth between topics. It's very much like a conversation in staccato. You know, but yeah, essentially though, like if you're like filming videos or whatever, right, you don't even have a live audience for that shit. So yeah, you'd be talking to the camera, talking to yourself, essentially doing those. Or I find that it helps to have chat there, honestly, for me personally. I enjoy interacting with chat. I don't mind the back and forth at all. It works for me, but it doesn't work for everybody, you know.
Right.
And then when you've got like a panel like this, we're actually all speaking to each other in real time. So it's very much like a multi-person call, essentially, is what it is. And so we're able to have these conversations as we go like this, as well as respond to chat as needed and as possible where possible, kind of thing. So yeah, but essentially though, honestly, yeah, I'm sitting in a fucking room by myself. I am nowhere near any of the three people who are on this panel with me. One of them's on the other side of the fucking country. One of them's in another country. You know, so
you're only like 6 hours from me. That is
right.
Close.
We're the closest, but point is we're not in the same room. We're still just, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, you can
if you're running that thing solo and you're doing something reactionary like watching videos and whatnot, that's one thing. If you're just trying to get some political point or some historical reference or something more well defined or whatever on your channel, do that as a recording. That way you can do multiple takes. You don't have to worry about like spilling the coffee on your freaking cigarettes or whatever.
Yeah. It also gives you plenty of time,
Yeah.
like with the multiple takes, gives you plenty of time to get your shit straight, get your wording right, get all your filler words fucking edited out. Like that's a
Get rid of all
problem for everybody.
One of the really weird things is my Sunday night show with Captain and Curmudgeon. We discussed doing filming takes and doing the whole thing pre-recorded, right? And after having that conversation, we decided to unload videos from other people and react to them live. And then literally every single person that we tapped to do this agreed to do it, did one or two perfectly, and then changed it to such an extent it was completely unusable to the finished product.
Well,
It was
and the
weird.
other thing, when you first start out, it's going to be awkward and weird until you like get into your element. Even with mine, like when I was streaming, like I was reading books to people, and in between chapters, I would talk to the chat and everything. But even with that, like when I first started, like I said, it was super awkward and shit. Once I got like more comfortable doing it after a few times, I didn't always do it, but I had like an intro that was applicable to it. So don't be like getting started is the hardest part. And I'm sure you're going to get that advice from a lot of people. And the reason is because we were all there at one point.
Yeah.
You'll get comfortable with it as you go, and you'll kind of be able to feel it out and make it your own anyway. But yeah.
I mean,
audio is the most important. Video can fuck up. Yeah.
Agreed.
But,
if you got good audio, it doesn't matter. It honestly really doesn't matter what you have up on the screen. It really doesn't.
It really doesn't, but also can. Because if you happen to be a pretty boy, there's no point not taking advantage.
Right.
Of that.
I'm saying you can get bonuses from having tits, sure, but it doesn't necessarily.
It ain't gotta be tits, bro. Like
a pretty face dude. Just saying.
There's
even for not gay audience.
I can't remember the dude's name, but he's this redhead from like Texas, and he just randomly started live streaming out near his job when he was cutting grass or whatever. And turns out he's just a generally personable, homey kind of guy. And back 3 years ago, he was a wormy little dude with no muscle and no nothing. Now he's 19, built like a brick shit house, and has 1.5 million subscribers. And every single one of them chicks is begging to marry his ass. And he don't do nothing but cut grass. That's it. He goes out, cut grass, push the lawnmower around, does a little weed eater shit, grabs his phone, goes to the next place.
Damn.
Well,
I should probably take this helmet off.
Dude, listen, he's pulling in at least 6 figures a month from his YouTube earnings, and he's on all the social medias. So
just look at JFK one because of TV.
Is it a redheaded dude that all the chicks are just? Never mind. That is a damn fine specimen of a human. I'll say that.
I wouldn't blanket statement redheaded dude, because in general, redheaded dudes are not the super attractive ones.
True. I mean, they're not.
Look,
you're sitting on Clifton right now.
He's a wonderful human being, but he is not what I would call a pretty man.
Who, Sam?
Awaken with JP.
Oh. See, what's funny about that is the polar opposite with redheaded women. It's rare to find an unattractive redheaded woman.
I found all 4 of them. All of them.
They exist. They exist, yeah. But they're not.
You got to say this much: the redhead that I knocked up was a carrier. Every one of her kids looks just like the father. Like she put nothing into those children except for a stick ass attitude. Sorry, I don't generally do that.
Right. But yeah, I mean, there obviously some people are going to do better than others. It also depends on what kind of content you choose. It depends on what you get into. Like, a dude who's filming himself cutting lawn and not like espousing any opinions is going to do a hell of a lot better than somebody like me who sits behind an avatar and says all kinds of wild shit.
True. And keep in mind, it took him 3 years and an entire glow up. You know?
Yes. See, what you didn't realize though is that he was singing Erica underneath his breath the whole time.
Yeah, but you can't hear it over the lawnmower, so it doesn't matter.
And it wasn't under his breath, and it still doesn't matter. Welcome in, Mr. Weeks.
Hey, genes speak for themselves.
Right. So it is what it is. I don't know. Like a lot of it kind of depends on what your niche is, what you're doing, who you're speaking to, what you're speaking about.
That is
whether it does matter if you have tits or not. That is a fact. But
may I ask a few questions?
Well, in a second. I'm almost done.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put that out there. Fuck, now I lost my whole goddamn train of thought. All right, go ahead.
Sorry, I do apologize. But
Derailed.
hey, what would really be helpful is if you could quantify assuming you haven't started your channel yet, quantifying what you want your channel to be about in like 5 sentences, right? If you can do it 100 words or less, that would be awesome. And you don't want it to be 10 words. Right? Because that's not enough content. You will cover 10 words in a couple of months, and then you'll start looping. And nobody wants to see that. On the other hand,
I've seen FNT.
Some channels take on a life of their own, and you have to recognize when that type of thing takes place. If you just happen to pick up a really weird group of followers and they're hardcore and diehard, sometimes you do what the viewers want. And sometimes that becomes your content, but don't let it drive your life. Remember, this is a hobby till it puts a roof on your house.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And even then, you know, it's
and even then,
one way or the other.
They will snatch your money away from you at the drop of a hat just because you said the wrong word and the wrong reference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, that's always a concern too for, I guess, people who are monetized, not me. But it is like there's the whole online life thing is
weird.
You want my honest advice? Don't let what we do. If you want to do what we do, is fine, but don't let what we do become your entire fucking life. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Have a whole life outside of the universe, or outside of the YouTubeverse or the internet or whatever.
Channelverse.
That was an Eldritch God Freudian slip.
All right.
Yeah. Don't let your life, go beyond the universe. Yeah. That's.
Sometimes I forget y'all are mere mortals. So, but just make sure that you maintain like honest, real, in real life connections with real people and real things and real hobbies outside of what we're doing here, because you got to maintain that balance, man, or you will go crazy.
Blindy.
But don't
reach around isn't good for advertisers.
You end up being DSP otherwise.
But don't expect it to be Sam, because it takes at least 2 years to get in this pocket.
Yeah. I've been doing this shit for almost 4 years myself. We're still bottom of the barrel over here, but people like us for some reason.
Yeah.
People watch us.
Some people. I don't know what's wrong with them.
This place is a black hole. You are 100% right.
I brought my own.
Don't. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna drop trowel.
I don't have to. I literally brought my own. It's right there. And if you have complaints, that's where they go. Or you could send them to mandatory carry. He's my complaint department.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, like Arden's got a point too. Like, if you want to make money at it, you do have to make it like essentially a second job until it becomes your full-time job. Which, by the way, I don't ever recommend that it ever becomes your full-time job unless you're making millions, because, like Sasquatch said, that could be snatched away in an instant, and unless you've got a very comfortable cushion, that could be a problem.
That would be my very first goal, is to figure out some way to pad yourself from the YouTube earnings, because they can be spectacular and sudden and vanish just as quickly, if not quicker, just because they changed the term of service and you have a 2-year-old video. That's all them.
So also diversify. Get on multiple platforms. Don't just do the one thing.
Don't put your eggs in one basket.
I kind of failed on that part. I've got my what do they call it? Anyway, I've got all of the Caucasian Sasquatch names and shit. I just hate all of the other platforms. They're terrible.
No, I agree. They are terrible. But this way, if it gets removed on one platform, it isn't gone forever.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I say to diversify, I only stream on Rumble, but that's because the entrance barrier is much lower on Rumble to get monetized than it is anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah, but you can only get your money if you have PayPal. Fuck them. On that note, I gotta dip, guys. Sorry.
Cool.
All right. Well, do you? I know you haven't been super busy on your own channel lately. Did you have anything you wanna show before you bounce?
No, I'll be around on the streams and stuff. Just follow my Twitter, and I'll try to retweet anything that I might be able to be on. Life is a little bit too hectic for me to stream as much as I used to. So
she's starting a new only tricorns page, I believe.
Oh, I still can't believe that shit.
Don't Dermy will get inside your head and never leave with his irritants.
It's not just him. I found out last fucking night. Nobody else I know knows what a fucking tricorn is either.
Well, that's not true because I
right,
do.
Sasquatch. That was exactly my response.
How dare they? How could they? You mean they did what? They didn't.
Before we go down this rabbit hole, because we are going to go down this rabbit hole. Thank you for being here. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
You mean to tell me they didn't read Peter Pan?
They apparently didn't read anything about. They didn't read April Morning either.
Fucking Mutiny on the Bounty.
Right.
Goddamn Moby Dick. Like nothing. Not a single one of the period pieces from any part of the entire history of the English Navy.
Didn't happen to watch any movies that centered on the Revolutionary War whatsoever.
Right?
Yeah, listen, look. We've forgotten more inventions than you've ever come up with, okay? A fucking hat doesn't matter to us.
Well, like I told you the other night, man, the hat may have been invented by Brits, but it represents the American Revolution.
Well, that's what I said to you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That, like, I associate that kind of hat the most with the American Revolution.
Right. And which is why it amazes me that, I mean, I'm not actually all that surprised that people outside of the U.S. wouldn't necessarily have any associations with it, except I am a little surprised because you're British, but whatever. It's that my fellow Americans,
surprised that Americans don't.
That's what I'm getting at. It's my fellow Americans don't fucking know. How can you call yourself American and not know what a tricorn is? I'm not asking you to own one or wear it, but you should know what it is.
Like every fucking painting of the revolutionaries, they were all wearing tricorns.
Right. Actually, Arden, that's a great fucking point. Styx did get arrested wearing a goddamn tricorn.
Hell, he still wears it from time to time.
Yeah. Doesn't he live in Amsterdam now?
I don't even ask questions like that. I'd rather not repeat where people live, just because I like that guy and I don't want nobody to hurt him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no, it's public knowledge. Like he talks about it all the time, or at least he did last time I watched his channel.
I don't have,
which at this point was quite a while ago.
Oh, thank you, Dennis. I need a aluminum tricord hat. Yes, it would be trifoil.
You know what? Cheers to you, the dumbfounded dipshits, as well. So, but yeah, no, it just shocked me. So essentially what happened, for those who lack context, our pal Dermy Wormy, and by our pal I mean my pal, because you know everybody else kind of hates him.
I don't mind him. I don't mind him. I just don't know him very well.
God, dude, never mind. It was a joke. We're
just hate him. It's okay. It's easier if you just hate him.
Yeah, he's fat and gay and hateable. That's it. You know, that's
something. Not a fact talk. I don't really understand.
Sorry, is this still a joke? Because that actually sounds factual.
Well, that's why it's funny. It's true. So here's the thing. Anyways,
Yeah,
he runs,
yeah.
let me get to the point. He runs a show every Friday night concurrently with one of my shows, Bissell Musings, called Ball Busters. Now, Gal is a staple on Ball Busters, has been for several years. She was a producer on there for a long time. And she shows up on there last night wearing this saucy little fucking, like, I don't know, Elizabethan number and and a tricorn hat. And Dermy, to be fair to Dermy, he is young. He's still in his 20s, and he is a product of American education in the last 20 years. However,
he's still in his 20s.
However, yeah, he's like 27, some shit like that. However, he is
damn kids
so proud of being an American that it shocks me that he did not know what a tricorn is. So I sent a bunch of messages on his live stream giving him shit about that. And then I jumped backstage on my show, Bissell Musings, and folks back there, and I started asking. I was like, hey, I mean, obviously 2 of the people who were there, right? One of them's Canadian, the other one's British. So I mean, I don't know. You'd think that the Canadian would know too, Aaron, Laura. I'm just saying, because it was part of your history too. But French and Indian Wars, everybody, fur trappers, they all wore fucking tricorns too. But nobody seemed to know. People who were my age or older than me didn't know what a tricorn was, and I was just like, I'm shocked. I'm flabbergasted. I'm still kind of shocked about that whole thing. Like, what the fuck?
I think what it might boil down to, Sam, is that we're just not fashionistas like you.
I mean, that's hardly my fault.
Okay, so if you look up, if you Google tricorn hat imagery, the first few images are all basically either historical examples or from Amazon. And the very first actual photo is, there it is, the Minuteman tricorn right there, bam. And then it proceeds to show all of those. And it's almost all Revolutionary War or that same era of British. Some of these are really cool. Let's bring the tricorn back, yo.
I think we should.
Give me the link to Homegirl doing the thingy thing. Oh, Tootie Bug, thank you for the $10, sweetie.
You want me to find the Ballbusters link from last night?
Yeah. I want to see her tricorn.
All right.
Wait.
It's a whole ass live stream, but she was doing it pretty early.
I will find it.
It's all right. As soon as he's got the link, he'll be back in 38 seconds.
What am I going to do for the other 18 seconds?
Well, relax, obviously.
It's a problem.
Okay. This is the link to the live stream. Just posted in the thing there.
Yeah, I got you, boo.
Oh yeah, I should probably drop off Pam Bondi there. That's not Pam Bondi. That's the other chick with the.
It's a
lies.
chick.
I don't know. I just saw a blonde woman working with Trump, and for some reason my mind went to. Pam
By
Bondi.
the way, I'm sorry. I meant to propose this at the beginning of the show, but I proposed a new holiday, Kathleen Kennedy Day.
I mean,
day Kathleen Kennedy's ass left.
I think we should rename it to the day Doomcock was finally right.
Right? Oh my God!
The day that Doomcock was right.
It's a sign of the apocalypse, y'all.
That one time.
It's actually not the first time. He has been right about one or two other things, and just wrong about 99 million other things.
He was very wrong about this specific thing for about 7 years straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I'm not saying he doesn't have other good takes. He has plenty of good takes. I don't know, not knocking on the guy. I'm just saying his predictions particularly in regard to Kathleen Kennedy's employment, have been pretty spotty. So
Yeah, I don't know if he actually knows any insiders at this point. I'm guessing maybe not.
I think he's probably burned any bridges he had.
Yeah,
You know,
because he's
like in all seriousness,
he's just been so wrong for so long.
Yeah, I mean, I think any connections that he might have had, I think he probably burned some of those bridges because a lot of people in Hollywood aren't willing to talk to YouTubers anymore, particularly ones as vitriolic as he is.
Yeah.
And I say vitriolic because like personally, the guy is actually a very pleasant dude, and he's there's I don't have anything against Doomcock personally. I do have. I think though that Hollywood might.
Oh yeah.
So it is what it is, I suppose. Did you find it?
I'm almost there. Promise.
Okay. Oh wait. Almost there. What do you mean by almost there? Are you
Finished. Shut up.
He's got another 20 seconds to go.
She hasn't dropped her avatar yet, but I know it's like soon.
Yeah.
There it is. Damn.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, green-haired anti-liberal.
In a tricorn.
I think this is officially gussied up. Oh yes, that's a Gussie. Should I? I just want to. Just tried, for research purposes.
She texted me after the last time I exploited her tits for shorts. You're somewhat less than pleased.
It was me. Yep. For shorts.
Do you remember that story that Ryan Kinnell told about his friend, quotation mark, dancing with a Green Ranger?
That you again?
Yeah, I every now and then I'll just drop into his chat and just be like, "It was me, Ryan. It was me."
The whole time.
Oh man, yeah.
I wonder how mad she would get if I clipped that and used it for a donation thing in my show.
I would ask her first. It's what I would do.
But it would be so much funnier if she just stumbled across it organically.
I agree. I would ask her first, just to be on the safe side.
I mean, I'm perfectly willing to not use it as soon as she notices it. It says,
"Look, dude, odds
notice
are
me,
I'll
senpai."
be like cool with it, but you gotta. I'm just saying, ask her first. Ask her first.
Okay, your complaints have been lodged with the House and sent to mandatory care.
I'm just saying, dude, she is
I
a
hear
Marine.
I know, and I like the way that sounds. Joke's on you, sir. I'm into that kind of shit.
Yeah, Sasquatch is going to be cosplaying as Buck Broken Radon here soon.
Yeah.
That makes sense if you've played Elden Ring. So, I'm just saying. You know, it's funny. So I play Monster Hunter Wilds with a couple of guys on Sunday nights offline. Like we're online, but we're not like live or anything like that. It was just a couple of guys hanging out. And one of them is a dude who pops up in our chat here, D-Day Direwolf, right? You might recognize his name. He's a lot of fun to play. He's an old school Monster Hunter like myself, but he does cosplays with his characters. And so he's running around looking like Queen Marika from Elden Ring, right? In skivvies. And his palico, you get this palico, which is like a fucking cat servant slave that follows you around and shit. You can dress it up too. Is dressed up like Radon with the name Buck Broken Radon just following around. It's the funniest.
Not in public.
God damn it.
Dude, he wins
Smaller
costume
films.
contests in the game with this shit. But yeah, for those who don't play Elden Ring, in the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, spoilers, heavy spoilers. If you don't want to know this, don't listen. I am gonna fucking just say it. Essentially, in the original game, Moog kidnaps the dead body of Mikola. Mikola is the god of like love or whatever, but like gayer. And the whole thing ends up basically you kill Moog, then you open up a portal to the Shadow Realm, which is where Mikola actually resides because he's sort of undead. And you go through this whole long quest. You've already defeated Radon in order to get here, so Radon's fucking dead. And essentially what happens is that Mikola, the undead god of love who wants to, bathe everything in his golden light, like Will from Stranger Things, he takes... Oh, by the way, both of them are his half-brothers. He takes Radon's spirit, infuses it into Moog's corpse, resurrects him to be his fucking eternal concubine. Half-brothers, by the way.
What?
It's gay as fuck.
That's pretty fucking gay, bro.
In fact, the second half of the fucking Radon fight, right? You beat Radon. Guess who hops on his back? Mikola does. Mikola grabs onto Radon's back and gets him back into the fight. And he's just hanging on him the whole time. Super gay. Anyway, so Buck broken Radon. Yeah. That's where that comes from.
Jesus, that sounds gayer than Stranger Things.
I have PTSD from that story.
Yeah.
I played
I'm going to sue.
I'm pretty sure I just lost my abes and got AIDS.
I'll be honest with you. The rest of the game is great, but that whole little storyline, I was just like, what the fuck?
Error.
Like, what the fuck? Like, and to make matters worse, Mikola looks like a 10-year-old girl, but he's a boy.
Who's Botox lip?
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Ugh. Meanwhile, his twin sister looks like a grown-ass woman who is rotting.
Hey, Jack.
Like she's
Hello.
lost her limbs to it. Hi, Jack. Welcome in. Oh man. Yeah, it's a whole fucking thing. So anyway, all that ties back into Sasquatch cosplaying as this character. Because Gal's gonna beat him.
I mean, look, I'll let her decide what I dress up in, but I have my limits. I'm just not willing to discuss them here.
Mm-hmm.
And legally, I'm obliged to tell you that I can't walk on cakes or depict my feet in any public spaces.
Yeah.
Part of the idea.
Yeah.
You've got to go to only Sasquatches for that.
Who's Botox chick over here talking about Greenland?
Okay, so this is not Pam Bonnie. This is the press secretary. Fuck, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I don't know why. Too many goddamn blondes. Trump and his fucking blondes, man.
I ain't got nothing wrong with some eye candy, yo.
Yeah, no, like I Carolyn Levitt. That's her name.
Yeah, that's it. For
Yeah,
sure.
and she's got a cross on today, which means that she's probably going to be telling the truth. When she doesn't wear it, she tends to look away from the camera and lie.
Okay, 48 seconds. Let's do this thing.
Subject of Greenland.
That's enough time.
The President's special envoy for Greenland wasn't in the White House meeting yesterday. Can you say why that was and what exactly the role he is playing in these conversations about acquiring Greenland?
Well, the Vice President and the Secretary of State were present for that meeting. And the meeting, it was a productive meeting. It was a good meeting. And in that meeting, the two sides agreed to really establish a working group of individuals who will continue to have technical talks on the acquisition of Greenland. Those talks will take place, I'm told, every 2 to 3 weeks. So this is a conversation the administration intends to keep having with the Danes and with the respected delegation from Greenland. But the president has made his priority quite clear. He wants the United States to acquire Greenland. He thinks it's in our best national security to do that.
Subject of
What uses does Greenland have for us as an asset that it
Honestly?
doesn't have for us as a Dane holding?
Rare earth minerals, I think, and lumber.
You think that's what it is?
And lumber.
Predominantly.
I Okay.
Nobody's talking about the lumber, but they do have a fair amount of lumber.
There's another aspect here that I think a lot of people are just kind of completely bypassing. We have Alaska, which is the Bering Straits, and if we have Greenland, we have full coverage of the possible future Northwest Passage, which, if it opens up on a more permanent basis, will be the most valuable seaway on Earth.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure. It also means that we won't have to rely on the one fucking nuclear installation in Scotland.
Yeah, that's true.
To detect shit coming.
We can park a aircraft carrier outside of Greenland and just that covers the northern hemisphere for the most part.
You know, so especially because given the way things are going in the UK, I don't know. There might come a point where it fractures into 4 countries again, and if that happens, the Scots are definitely getting rid of that base.
If we parked a carrier group in Greenland for any amount of time, we would double their population for that amount of time.
Right.
Well, one of the greatest things in modern British politics is the current government. Did you ever think that you'd hear me say that?
Absolutely.
Because it has united the nations of the United Kingdom in absolute solidarity and hating this bastard government.
Right?
That's true. You guys are finally on board with the rest of Ireland.
Yeah. The Republic of Ireland have the same problems that we do now as well. And they hate their government just as much.
Ireland is kind of...
Isn't the Republic of Ireland still technically part of the EU?
Yes.
Yeah, they fucked.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. For the past 45 years, Ireland has been bum rushing, like trying every 6 months or so to try to speed run communism. And they do it so freaking quick that it just falls on its face over and over and over again. It's like the dude walking down the line of rakes and just stepping on every single one of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, so you guys might not remember this. I mean, I'm sure Sasquatch and Abel will remember this, but you guys in the chat might not remember this. But a couple of years ago, like right now, you know how governments like France and Germany and the UK are going around saying they're gonna fucking prosecute or sue the shit out of fucking people who are not subject to their laws for violating internet policy and all that shit. So the testing ground for that exact thing was a resolution that nearly passed in the Republic of Ireland 2 years ago, where they were basically declaring all of the internet under sovereign Irish law.
And I dropped I think I got blocked because of this, but I dropped a comment on one of those threads over there about, you know, you are absolutely welcome to come and knock on my door and try to deliver anything you would like, but I will deliver in kind.
Yeah. Zillage, you might have a point. I don't know. Maybe it did pass. If it did pass, it doesn't really matter. We can fucking ignore Ireland. It's fine.
Yeah. We've been doing it for centuries. It's not a big deal. Now, if the Irish ever stop drinking, you might need to take notice.
All right, we are now in fucking Narnia. This is a fantasy world you're talking about.
Right. All right.
I mean, it's look, does it bother anybody else that there's an alcoholic beverage called an Irish car bomb?
Not really.
Yes. Well,
is it? And the second
it bothers
question,
Brits and it bothers Irish people as well.
Is it a popular drink in the UK?
No. And it's not in Ireland either.
Ironically, it kind of is in Boston.
You silly
Right?
American fucks, don't ever
Don't put
ask
that
for
on
one
all
of
us.
those in a British or Irish pub.
I will go, okay, I'll give you that, but don't ever confuse the rest of us with fucking Massachusetts, man.
Right? Just saying, man. Boston
Boston is an
mass
entirely
holes.
different world.
the whole Commonwealth thing into their head, bro. Like they are interesting. They're very interesting people.
You know, like I saw I went to a Irish punk concert a couple of years ago in Denver, right? And so I got to see Flogging Molly, play live, which was great. Those guys are awesome.
Nice.
I don't really like punk music, but those guys are fantastic. And Dropkick Murphys, who are from Boston and not as good. They're just loud. They have like one good song, and it's about a rose tattoo.
I've known 3 people from Boston, and all 3 of them have the same critical flaw.
They're from Boston.
Well, I guess that might be it. One of them was roommate for like 2 weeks or so while I was working out of state, and he lived in one of the other rooms across the hall. And I was standing around talking one day, and I said something, and I don't even know what the fuck. I think I picked up a fucking sales ad in the paper or something, and was like, "Oh, look, a Red Lobster just opened in some place," and he's like, "Get in the car." And we drove to the Red Lobster, but homeboy doesn't buy a meal or anything like that. He goes in and argues with the folk at the back until he comes out with some frozen lobster, and then drives the 2 hours back to the place to go cook the lobster.
Yeah.
Imagine my shock when the chick from Boston I ran across, when I mentioned that story and said something about lobster, she's like, "Get in." And we went and found some lobster to eat. I don't know if it's a character thing, if it's a regional thing. I don't know if that's a Southie thing. I don't know, but it was kind of like, it felt like going low country over in South Carolina and mentioning oysters, and the next thing you know, there's a bunch of oysters on the table getting shut. It felt like that, but more deliberate.
Yeah. It's a whole other thing though. Like, so long story short, because Irish car bombs may or may not be popular in Massachusetts, specifically in Boston, specifically in South Boston, it does not represent the rest of us Americans in any fucking way. And most of those guys think that they're straight up Irish, which the actual Irish will be like, no.
Yeah. Do you know what Irish people think of those people? They think they're fucking retarded.
Most of them are descended from Irish. They are. You know, that's it's not.
So,
they don't
some
have
of them
Irish
might
lineage.
be.
No,
Is there any-
in South Boston, it's almost all of them, dude.
Is there any chance we can have an Irish off and have 2 white guys fighting in like a street
We
beef?
should put them in like traditional fucking
Only
Irish
in
kilts,
Boston.
too.
No, a full stable from Boston and a full stable from Ireland. The entire country of Ireland versus the Commonwealth.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, we might be able to get that off the ground. That sounds like it might have legs. Abe, get on it.
Right? I mean, the Olympics are going nowhere.
Yeah, no, this might win. 2 white guys fighting each other to death. Hell, if they're straight, even the lesbians will be involved.
I don't think they even need to beat each other to death. They just need to beat each other in drinking and potato chipping
They're
contests.
fucking
Right?
Irish.
I
What
mean,
are you talking
I
about,
would
dude?
strongly advise you look into the history of the British Isles. We've basically been doing that for about 5,000 years.
Right, but these have been separate.
We're not actually different people. We just sound different.
I mean, there's that. Like, and I got to give it to you. Like, you know,
There's a lot of
as far as casual violence as sports goes, you guys did invent caber tossing, so there's that.
Aye. Up in north.
Which is one of the dumbest things ever invented, by the way.
Come on. As if you've never picked up a massive log and just fucking lobbed it.
There you go.
No, not on purpose. I haven't. No, that seems like a recipe for a bad back.
What the fuck else are you going to do in the Middle Ages?
Bro, I just don't understand how you're standing around one day and go, "Oi, mate, I can throw that log farther than you."
Exactly.
You know what? And even they eventually realized how dumb that was, and they invented something even more ridiculous called golf.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that. However, have you ever played golf drunk?
Yes, I don't play golf. It's a retarded fucking game.
There you go. Drunk golf is the best shit ever. It's the most relaxing shit you can do.
No, sir, you're wrong. Listen to this shit.
Hey bro, do you want to hit some tiny balls and not give a fuck where to go? Yeah.
I was invited.
Do you want to get plastered? Yeah.
Homeboy said, "You take a shot at every swing," and I was like, "Okay." And so, homeboy swings, drives down. Next guy swings, drives down. I swing, drive down. We get to the next one, and I'm stumbling around, and they're like, "Okay." By the time we got to the 4th hole, and they realized I was taking a shot for every person who took a shot instead of just mine,
Yep,
I was
yep.
halfway through my 5th. I'm like, dude, how do y'all fucking function? I don't
So-
understand.
So Arden, we're operating from what Abe said about basically everybody being basically the same people on those islands. Yes, it was the Scots. The Scots are also responsible for golf.
Yeah, most of my ancestors were Scots. I'm an Englishman.
Are you though? Are
Yeah.
you? I mean,
I think you're taking on airs,
Yeah.
my brother.
I'm just saying, if like a fourth generation fucking Indian can't be
All right,
can't be an
Shadu, calm
Englishman,
down.
then I don't know if the Scots get any claim to that either.
No.
Yeah, but
he
I
said-
don't claim to be Scottish because I know that's an insult to Scottish people.
Okay.
I'm an Englishman. I was
all
born in England, raised in England. Most of my genes might come from certain areas of Scotland. Doesn't matter. We're all still from the British Isles. We've all still got the same fucking genes. Doesn't matter. It's where you grew up. That's what determines your identity. Certainly here, at least.
You could have just as easily been Welsh.
What, you mean those sheep shagging bastards? Fuck off.
I thought you just said you were all the same.
We are, but they fuck sheep, dude.
Not just the use. I have it on good authority that apparently, at least as far as I think it was one of the Ayatollahs, right? As long as you kill the sheep after you've finished and sell it to an infidel, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Then it becomes halal.
It does. There are also
if you don't kill it, very haram.
There are also some stipulations for if it's a female animal, it's fine. If it's a male animal, you have to kill it and sell it to an infidel.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, you can bang animals. I don't know why you would.
Aaron Laura got a good one in. How would you spell Abe? It says Abe.
He's not wrong. That's the fucked up thing.
And you pronounce it with a lot of
very good. Very proud of you.
If you can't speak Klingon, don't go to Wales.
Yeah.
Don't go to Wales.
Well, this is my friend Abe, or as we say in his native tongue. That's too many vowels.
Also correct, yeah. There's a lot of F's in there as well.
Accurate.
Way more F's than there ever need to be in any word.
You need like 8 dozen L's too.
Right.
Oh yeah. L's and F's fucking all over the place.
Flim sounds for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
But do you know what? Great people, beautiful place.
I've never met a Welshman I didn't actually like. I just think their language is intentionally retarded.
I met one.
Well, no, it's accidentally retarded because it's like an extant remnant of the ancient Celtic civilizations of Europe.
No, I mean, I get that, and I understand like why the words get longer as meaning gets attached to them. Like most of the place names are actually descriptions and directions to said place, right? I get that. I understand all of that. I just think that they also did it to fuck with outsiders.
I think that came in later.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think for a long time they even knew outsiders existed.
That's what I'm getting at. Is they didn't know about the outsiders, and then when they found out, they went, "Hey guys, listen."
If you've ever been to the Welsh valleys, like you could well believe that the world doesn't exist outside of them.
Right? Yeah.
Beautiful place.
So, and Zillage is right. Mahler is Welsh. He
is. Yeah.
I don't know. He's kind of a dick sometimes, though.
Yeah. Bear in mind, most Welsh people don't actually speak Welsh either.
Right, well, that's because the English
The
took the
Druids.
language out of them.
I am so, oh God, I've run across 2 or 3 people purporting to be druids from quote unquote the original coven back in such and such an exterminated
fuck off.
fucking Romans.
First of all, no, we have to actually clarify something here. Like Viking or samurai, druids were not a people; they were a class.
Right.
Yeah.
They were the crazy fuckers, basically.
Anyone could be one of those types of people.
Yeah, they were a class, and they were not even the highest class in Celtic society.
No, not at all. But they were the carrier of oral stories and the travelers amongst the fence.
And now we shall have the oral sex. Sorry, I had a little Python moment there.
I'm a little confused by this one from Erin. Maybe it was used as a secret code, so the Brits couldn't understand them. Then they just ran with it.
Well, the problem is that Welsh has been around for longer than Brits were a thing.
The Welsh culture and language is actually one of the oldest British groups of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're actually more British technically than the English.
Hold on. Wait a minute. So what you're saying, all the hate that's derived at the English should really be focused in on the Welsh because they're the actual natives?
Well, no, because there's most of the influence that we had from Europe was primarily cultural. So we experienced changes in culture and language through the Romans, the Normans, and the Vikings. Their actual genetic impact on the country was pretty limited.
ATL Transparency News asked, are these languages taught in schools in the UK? I don't think Welsh is taught in schools, but I could be wrong, Abe.
It is actually, yeah.
A couple of places in the Welsh countryside where the schools teach Welsh.
It is, yeah.
It's more of a preservation thing, though, than anything else.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, because it's not practical.
It kind of is practical whenever you live with the history of the Welsh and being overrun by Englishmen every 25 years or so. And so you got to keep some...
No, sir. 700 years of continuous rule. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, I know, but y'all it's like carpetbaggers in the South, bro. Like, they just keep coming. Every fucking year. They move down here and talk about how great the weather is for 4 days and then find out about mosquitoes and lightning bugs, lose their shit. The second time they see an alligator, they're moving home. Okay, so the alligator was in her pool and had eaten her puppy, but that is no excuse. She needed taller fences. I told her that when we...
Do you remember, it was like 4 or 5 years ago, you remember that old lady who's like little fucking poodle was on a leash, alligator snatched it and dragged her into the water too? This like little old lady was trying to fight this gator for her dog. The dog was fucked. The dog was dead, but it ended up eating her too.
The dog was already being digested by the time she realized it was fucking in danger.
So Ardent's put something in the chat here, and I really want to make a joke, but on Abyssal Musings, for me, what was earlier today, which for you would be yesterday, I think.
It was last night, yeah.
Yeah. Sam said to mention Jews less.
Oh, Christ almighty.
And Ardent Party has put, Abe, what happened to the Jutes? And I was thinking, didn't they all die in the Holocaust?
Not all of them.
All right, so if y'all keep putting the words...
we wouldn't still be hearing about
it. Now, the problem is that requires a degree of historical education.
Yeah.
That probably most people won't get. But the Jutes, the Angles, the Saxons, the Picts,
that English accent right out your mouth.
Again, they were primarily cultural influences. So we did have people who moved from various parts of Europe to Britain, ancient Britain, and they just got absorbed, you know. But they arrived in such small numbers in which that was possible. But their culture was so popular, it caught on. The language caught on.
I would
And
argue
it happened multiple times.
The art did it.
Yes,
They
absolutely.
have very unique artistry, songwriting traditions, and notes. It's a very
Yes.
unique culture.
Yeah, absolutely. Britain during the post-Roman age would have been a very fascinating place to live.
Nobody cares about Britain anymore. Let's talk about Greenland.
You know, we are going to talk about the Greenland some more. Although I will say that
Does anyone ever care about Greenland? Why do we even bother talking about it?
well, because Greenland might end up fucking all of Europe, so that's why we're talking about it.
Okay, Arden's mentioned this here. The Picts were the Scots victims. Technically, that is actually true. Now, one of the biggest historical ironies here is that the people that we came to refer to as the Scots came from Northern Ireland, from the Dalriada, right, in ancient Northern Ireland. And they effectively, culturally displaced the Picts. They didn't wipe them out, they just absorbed them. Just the same thing that's happened over and over again in British history.
Right.
Calling them victims, I wouldn't go that far.
Look, the same things happen over and over again in human history. History. It's everywhere. It's constant. It's been throughout all of human history. And the fact that anybody thinks that any one group is significantly more or less evil than any other for doing the same thing that we all
Exactly.
since the beginning of fucking time is just retarded. That said, Arden, I really hope you're right about this. I do, because fuck NATO. It needs to die.
I mean, it is a problem. It was designed to solve certain problems. Those problems
It served its purpose.
Yeah.
and it is
And
no
then
longer
no
a functional organ. It needs to dry up.
It's the appendix.
Fall off.
It's the appendix about to burst. Problem is if you don't excise the appendix
it has
before it
become
bursts,
a
it will
problem.
kill you. So
Well,
Yeah.
all right. So here's the thing. It was initially put together specifically to manage over the buffer zone between Europe and Russia and those other assholes over there. And that whole sequence has been subjugated by NATO taking over various other states in there. And that was never part of the fucking deal. The second that started happening, its charter became defunct, and it no longer has an actual function as an organ in the world stage.
Yep, that is fair. That's fair. I forget what this video is. I think this is Mark Carney saying other stupid shit.
The progress
What a
that we've made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order.
Dun dun dun.
Now he's specifically referring to
He said
China.
the quiet part out loud.
It's not that quiet if you keep saying it. They keep saying it out loud.
I think he
Yeah. At
means,
what point does it stop being the quiet part?
I mean,
Yeah.
not used to. I'd put on my tinfoil hat, 4 years ago talking about this, but
Don't need to.
here we are.
Yeah.
Here I am. You Lord.
Yuck. Murder.
Come on.
Right. Yeah. Where the fuck are the Soviets? They're gone. Soviets aren't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
There are certain leftovers.
And in the post-Soviet age,
ex-KGB, and
the
there's no
Russians
such
got fucked.
thing as ex-KGB, still running the country, but this, as far as Soviets go, that's not a thing anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder though. Putin can't hold that position forever. He has to have some sort of plan for when he's gone. What is a post-Putin Russia going to look like?
Depends on who succeeds him.
That's my question. Are we going to end up with some fucking oil baron from out of the hinterlands who springs to the forefront because he's got enough money, or is it going to be like a military junta?
Yeah. Or what happens if if this bullshit between them and Ukraine ain't resolved?
Okay, so
And he kicks
hypothetically
back.
speaking, I actually saw an entire panel of ex-military a game theory this one night, and it was freaking interesting as hell. Russia, all right, Putin, hypothetically, Putin dies, goes missing, whatever. He gets taken out as the head of Russia. There is some discussion amongst the hierarchy as to who's actually in charge, and it fractures into a group of about 16 different cities, states fighting amongst themselves. This is all internal. Nobody outside of Russia hears anything about this. Suddenly, the Ukraine makes major advancements on its fronts. And the next thing you know, NATO and the U.S. are actually in the trenches pushing on that one. Ukraine because it takes Russia all the way west, just east of just west of Moscow, and stops. Because if you take Moscow, you'll piss off the rest of Russia, and that's no good for nobody. I mean, I would be cool with like going around and making Moscow a Russian city state, and just leaving it like they did like West Berlin. Something like that, because you will never pull the Russians out of Moscow. There's no way.
I think
we've been here before.
I don't know. I think that I agree with what you're saying about not taking Moscow, but I think they might reach that boiling point with Russian tolerance of invasion if they took St. Petersburg.
All right. So the reason I was given for why St. Petersburg would fall.
Oh, I didn't say it wouldn't fall. I'm just saying that would be the impetus. They wouldn't even have to get close to Moscow.
Well, this dude was saying, take Stalingrad and hold it. And that would be the end of it. And that would, triple the size of the Ukraine?
What, was he from 1943?
No, he's operating on the premise of forward drone activity, observation, and precision. So not utilizing tank warfare, but utilizing small drone technology to advance the front faster than a walking speed, thereby allowing the slower tanks to roll in and just consolidate the gains that aren't being reinforced by Russia, who would be in a state of disarray. A lot of troops would be pulled back to Moscow from different factions to, shore up their power bases. And that would leave the Ukraine front bereft of actual Russian experienced soldiers. And replacement equipment would be non-existent suddenly.
I don't think they're far off that now.
The thing is, Russia's not actually at war.
Exactly. It's a special military operation.
Right.
Get it right, people.
I'm just saying, like, I hear everybody talk
does matter, though. The distinction does matter between this. And the reason that it matters is because when Russia enters a state of total war, their entire nation will be bent towards that goal.
Men, women, and children.
And they're not. Right now, it's just the military at the behest of Putin and his cabinet, right?
Right.
If Russia goes to war, Russia will go to war, all of it. That is something Ukraine doesn't want.
So it's reminiscent of the way World War II turned, right?
BRB.
Right now, Russia is operating with like a couple of factories updating tanks and repairing shit, and they've got a couple more over there making drones, and they're buying some from out of the country, and they're making it happen with what they got. When Russia declares war, there will be children on the fringes of Mongolia putting together drone parts and sending them in to help the war effort. They will be gathering up hobnails out of buried shoes for the war effort. It'll be very reminiscent of America entering World War II.
Yeah.
And you might not believe this, but the fact is that type of a war machine is one of the biggest profit drivers in any type of system.
No, I absolutely believe that shit.
When that kicks over, the people involved will suddenly start getting work and money and prosperous and be able to do things.
Dude, we were in the shit before World War II, right? Economically speaking. right?
Yeah,
World
yeah,
War
yeah.
II happens,
Right,
we
right, all
start
that.
manufacturing arms and sending them off to the, Russia, and we start sending fucking supplies to the Allies and all that shit. We start making fucking money, and then when we entered the war in earnest, we boomed like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, it was a twofold effect. One, we sent off a whole bunch of fighting age men who didn't come back. And two, the ones who came back all came back with viable skills for a workplace that didn't exist. And so when they came back, everybody had lots of well-trained labor that was sitting around impoverished with a little bit of money, but impoverished by a system that couldn't support them. And so some people started businesses and other people worked for those businesses, and it worked out.
Right.
Yeah.
But we also had just come out of like the most severe economic decline at the time that this country had ever seen in the form of the Great Depression, right? Just
Right.
prior to that. And but I say just prior, it was like a decade prior, but still.
Sure. Well, 5 years. I mean, 36, I think, was officially when it started raining again, basically.
Yeah, but it began in 1929, right?
Right.
And then it was really shitty for a while, for a long while. And then somebody crossed the Rhine, and we were like, we can make money off of this.
Well, there's some other stuff there as far as the Great Depression. There was a massive change in farming practices. There was a huge change in like herding and the type of agriculture we approach in the prairie at this point is
there were a bunch of factors. I'm not denying that.
But the Great Depression was something of a perfect storm of weather, bad farming practices, bad banking practices, and bad land management. And it all come to a head in the middle of one of the worst droughts we've experienced in recorded history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty rough. And honestly, the Second World War, probably the best thing that could have happened for our nation at that time.
Well, historically speaking, we were at a point of what's called unemployment, where most countries break into civil war and balkanize. We were at like 29%, 30%, something like that. That should have been the end of America. It should have broke up and went separate. But it didn't, because war was on the horizon, and we just buckle the fuck down when that shit happens.
Yep. So, now I'm not saying that the Second World War was great for everybody. It wasn't. A lot of people died.
Those North Africans didn't like it.
Yeah.
They got screwed on both ends of that deal, dude, because like the Germans rolled in and burned everything, then the English rolled in and burned everything, then the Germans rolled back through and burned everything, and then the Americans showed up and the Germans burned everything again, and then we burned whatever was left.
Then we chased the guy who was doing the burning, Rommel, out of North Africa and into Sicily.
Yeah. Right. And you would expect, if you look at the geography of Sicily, you would expect that to be a readout that couldn't be taken given enough tanks. But you got to get time to settle in on that for it to work. That just didn't happen.
Yeah, and we had a patent.
Yeah. Yeah. The ability to drop a bomb on a fly is also another point.
One of the greatest military leaders in the history of the United States. Too bad we didn't listen.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is your opinion of Monty?
General Montgomery.
General Montgomery, yes, sir. What is your opinion?
I don't know that I have one necessarily.
In his later years, he turned up to the social service offices at the time to collect his pension, even though he was an incredibly wealthy man. He was an
famous
and everything. And he said, when he was asked about this, he said, well, I've paid into this system my entire life and I fought for this country. Why shouldn't I be here?
Well, I agree with him on that point, but
fair enough.
I mean, I got nothing against that. I'm just saying
And I think that kind of sums up his character.
No, you're exactly right. It does. His philosophy of warfare was so different from Patton's that
Very much so.
Most of the people that dealt with both of them, and I read this in like some of the diaries of like Patton's attachés and stuff, that his foreign affairs people, they would arrange and they would arrange if Monty and Patton were going to be in the same general area, the two groups handling them would arrange for them to miss each other by no less than 20 minutes. Because that was going to be a fist fight the very first time they got within arm's reach of each other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like in public, like up on a stage delivering stuff. They're both very professional men. They would do it professionally, but they would be separated immediately and sent in different directions because that's going to be a fight, bro.
Yeah, both incredible generals, but personally,
Monty was fighting
wildly different.
Yeah, Monty was still fighting the last war. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
He was trying to equate tanks to being horses and horse-drawn guns, and that wasn't what Detroit built. Detroit built hot rods, and Patton was like, pedal, metal, go, guns.
It's true, but both of them got shit done.
Sure. One of my favorite quotes: how many Shermans does it take to take out a Tiger? I don't care. We'll send more. That's the philosophy Patton had.
Yeah.
It's like
just many I throw at it.
How many I got? That's how many I'm sending. Not a very subtle individual, but then in the middle of all of this loud, large, charging, unbelievably just boisterous, badass shit, he would turn around, remove 24 Shermans and send them on a flanking maneuver off over there without ever having said a word or made a snitch about it. And then they'd meet up at a crossroads up here somewhere where it's already been taken and never say a word about it. And that was the genius of Patton, was doing the loud thing in their face while doing the quiet thing where nobody noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And by doing that, he didn't outrun his own columns, right? It kept all of his fighting force nice and tight and in a neat little line moving forward all the time, even though every now and then there'd be a it's beautiful.
Yeah. No, art, man. And he was very inspirational to his men too. They loved it. Here's the thing, right? And I might have mentioned this story once or twice before on the channel. I don't recall. So one of my very close friends, a man I count among my brothers, told me this story years and years ago. And so he had a grandpa, right? Well, he had a couple of grandpas, we all do, but he had one grandpa in particular who served under Patton. And I was able to meet this man briefly before he passed away. But as the story goes, like, y'all saw the movie Patton, right? With George C. Scott, right? So the scene where he goes into the tent infirmary, and there's the guy who shot himself in the foot trying to get out of duty, and he just slaps the shit out of him and sends him back out, right, for being a pussy. And then he comes upon the guy whose head was basically blown apart with a mine, and they had to basically reconstruct his skull with metal. And he leans down and he whispers something in that man's ear, and he pins a Purple Heart on him, and he salutes him. My brother's grandfather was that man.
Right.
Yeah. To the day he died, anytime somebody would ask him what Patton said to him, all he ever said was, "That's between my general and me." Like, Patton inspired, I think, genuine love from his men.
Yeah.
Not just loyalty.
I'll tell you another general that inspired an awful lot of loyalty and love that you wouldn't expect. Sherman.
Uh-oh.
His crew called him Uncle Billy. The entire regiment that marched south referred to Sherman, William Tecumseh Sherman, as Uncle Billy. They didn't salute. They didn't do any of the things armies usually are forced to do. But they were a solidified unit, and that's what made that whole campaign work.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought he was going to say.
I mean, but it's not wrong exactly either, is it? Like, Rommel was a fucking brilliant leader.
He was a professional military man.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, sure. He was part of the Nazi party. That was a requirement.
If they had listened to Rommel about Fortress Europa, they might still, well, I mean, they do currently hold it, but they may have kept it during the interim between now and then, because he knew exactly what
they did. They did, yeah.
He knew exactly what was up. He saw all of the shit that we threw that way as far as misinformation, disinformation, camouflage, and everything. And he even called bullshit on the ghost platoons. He didn't believe it. There aren't that many Americans in the world. There's no way in hell. That's impossible. They can't. It's numerically impossible. Yes, they built a shit ton of Shermans. They didn't triple them last night. That didn't happen. Some of that's fake. I mean, he had our number and got transferred to a different area because they were more worried about the movements elsewhere.
Yeah, well, we did the same thing over here, in that we created huge swathes of inflatable tanks.
Yes, I know.
So that when the Germans flew over,
and
they'd take aerial reconnaissance, and they'd be like, holy shit, they've got fuckloads of everything. And like, nah, son, nah. This is fear in action.
Speaking of
bullshit.
Speaking of Germans and fuckloads of everything, Sasquatch, did you want to pull up that one video?
Which of the one is that?
The one about Germans and fuckloads.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh shit.
All right.
We're going to shift gears a little bit here, but this is something I heard the other day, and apparently this has been out for a little while. I looked it up. This is accurate, unfortunately, and that's why it's also hilarious.
Is that the right one?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What are you making, buddy? Well, we make the 45 and the 9mm and the 380 and the 22. Do you make anything that doesn't hurt things? Horse insemination. What?
So, yeah.
Horse.
Yeah, we played this on Hunt Day Chinwag. It's fucking brilliant.
Totally true. They do this.
Yeah.
Look up.
Insemination. Oh, that is some powerful eye contact, but why? My father always told me eye contact is an important part. No, I meant the other thing. How are they related at all? They're both about shooting things into other things. Why? We like horses, don't like people. You ever met a horse you didn't like? No. You ever met a person you didn't like? Yeah. I see your point. Yeah, so just let me know if you want to make horses or remove people. I'm free till 5, so we got time. Hey, Glock, what?
I love this fucking video. I do. Although I will say that there is a little bit of fake news in this. Some horses are assholes.
This is true.
The rest of it is totally true, but some horses are assholes.
Bro. Good to see you.
That took a turn I actually was not expecting. Holy shit.
Yeah, well, he said, you ever met a horse you didn't like? Yes, several. They didn't like me.
I've met a few horses that didn't like me. I'm not sure why. I'm a nice guy.
Look, just don't go too near their rears, all right?
I hear you, but when you're brushing down a horse, you brush down the rear. Also. You don't have a choice, bro. The real problem was the barn that we had this horse in. The stalls were just a hair too small for him to be comfortable. He didn't like them being quite so tight. He's a big ass too, so he just didn't like it.
Right. Oh man.
Husqvarna makes chainsaws and guns. Yeah,
I love this. I love it. Husqvarna makes a good chainsaw, actually.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
It's pretty solid. I like their chainsaws. Yeah.
And now for the
Yeah, we're gonna finish off the show with a
Hatred.
little bit of y'all's favorite gal. I will be putting the links to both the last video and this one in the description after the show because I forgot to do it at the top of the fucking show because I was lazy about it. But it will be there to give credit where it's due, and also so you can find them on your own. But we have Gabriel Torch. We have Gabriel Torch talking about some new stuff. Not new stuff exactly, but progress on stuff.
Progress. Why does it always have to be progress, bro? By the way, I don't think she's actually wearing any makeup. She's just, on smack or something.
I don't think she sleeps.
Ghoulish.
Honestly.
It's vaguely ghoulish. I agree. Allegedly. I don't know.
Well, she's clearly got eyeshadow on, and she's obviously worked her eyelashes, so...
Talk to you guys about making biohybrid robotics, because it is so much more than just making nightmare robots. And
So, right out of the gate...
Nightmare robots, straight away. Fuck.
It's not just about the nightmare robot. That's not all we're going to do. We're not just going to make nightmare.
We're definitely going to be making nightmare robots.
We're definitely going to make the nightmare robot. But that's not all. Oh my fucking God, dude.
Oh, we gonna make them. We gonna make all those nightmare robots.
Look at her. She even looks guilty. She's like, yeah, we're going to do that.
She kind of has that look on her face like, yeah, I'm not telling you, we've already done that.
No, that's exactly the look. Yeah, we're going to.
Right.
Moose, why did you open my door?
I don't think he can answer you.
I don't know. I kind of like that dopey look you give me. It's like a bear trap with a pulse.
yes, nightmare robots are part of the deal, but it's also doing a whole lot of good.
Right there.
Uncanny and possible.
Yes, nightmare robots are part of the deal. They don't have to. Do they have to be? Is it like a thing that has to happen? Like, can we maybe not do that? It's just,
Yeah. It's Pandora's box, isn't it? This is the trade-off with technological progression.
I don't know. I don't think so. See, we've got the story of Pandora's box. We know the lessons. We don't have to make those mistakes.
Yeah, but we don't learn shit.
She wants to make those mistakes.
I don't think that Pandora's box is even the right analogy for this shit because there was only one good and decent thing in the box, and it's still in the box, and that's hope. That's it. Everything else that was in the box was awful. And it's all out there now.
Yeah, but you do understand that hope is the most dangerous thing ever.
Yeah, which is why
because it inspires people to do the most terrible things.
Well, so does love.
I hate you.
So does devotion. So does faith.
I hate you so much.
Abandon all hope.
So good.
It's pure.
We'll talk about it. Biohybrids come in a wide variety of forms. In fact, we are already using them for medicine right now. We genetically engineer viruses so that they can gene edit people. That has been done. It's been done with sickle cell anemia. This group is taking algae and then converting it into a biohybrid robot that can then deliver medicine. Now, I'm not particularly fond of algae, mainly because they produce byproducts that can cause ALS. In fact, even living near a body of water can increase your chances of getting ALS significantly, which is a neurodegenerative.
I think I need to verify that. I don't know that for a fact. That
yes,
algae causes ALS.
Yes, yes, it does. But it's specific types of algae and typically found in specifically polluted types of water. And so, like when she's like living near a body of water or whatever. No, we're talking about. Like some of those Midwest ponds out there that have like 92% algae content and shit.
Yeah, I can see that because like when you talk about living near a body of water, like ever, like how come everybody in history doesn't have fucking ALS?
Have you ever seen the video of like Boston Harbor or down near Galveston? It happens sometimes where the foam will build up on the coast and it'll turn into big wide blocks of foam just kind of blowing down the beach. The mechanism that causes that to be possible is a combination of highly oxygenated water right off the coast, certain specific pollutants being found in that water, and a high wind, which aerates the water a little bit more to a tipping point, allowing the bacteria to produce an algae to feed on those, and it creates a soap type material that is essentially fucking dioxin. I mean, it's like it's ALS in a bubble. Don't fuck with it. It is some of the most toxic stuff on earth, and it's not exactly created by humans. It's sort of a mother's nature's kitchen related. People who wander into that shit and play with it, it'll be 6-8 months later, they'll find out that the myelin's been stripped off of the synapses in their brain by some weird chemical reaction we've never seen before or something. Sorry, I might have went a little deep on that one.
No, it's cool.
Against algae, but yeah, it works. And this is why lipids are such a big deal. Lipid nanoparticles, because you can shove them full of stuff and then those can enter your cells directly.
Isn't that what we just did like 5 years ago?
I want to talk about it.
Okay.
In a lipid bilayer, it makes a little circle. And then
it's not quite the same, but
No, it's not quite the same, but essentially you're using one thing to sneak in another thing into a thing that didn't want either of those things in the first place.
Still not talking about it.
I don't think cells have agency, to be honest.
Tell that to a protozoa.
Yearns to live.
I'm just saying, tell that to a protozoa, bro.
Yeah, well, that's the programming of them, though, isn't it?
That's the programming of all life. It's a programming of you too.
Yes.
That doesn't. It just because it's programming doesn't mean it's not true, man.
No, and I'm not disputing that.
To get into the cell. In fact, research on lipid nanoparticles, so protocells, have been very effective for both figuring out the origins of life, but also medicine, because your cells are just goop inside of lipid. More recently, researchers have been working on making organs or limbs, parts of a whole body, because you can grow them independently and then they can be put together like Legos. And yes, a synthetic lung may be in the future for us. Also work on kidneys and livers, but research in those seems to be better to just grow mini versions of them.
Can you imagine that?
Do the same job.
Can you imagine that? Just like, I need a new lung, so I'm just going to open up the chest fucking plate here and pop this one out and plug a new one in. Like fucking Lego, like a plug and play kind of device. You imagine doing that shit?
I don't see that being an option. What I see actually happening, and this, you might hate me for this one because it's this dark. I think they are more likely to fake this while having brain dead clone farms for the wealthy, where when a child is born, 10 clones made of that child, the brain.
The island. You remember the island?
Yes, exactly. But this will be the cover they use to explain where those treatments come from.
Yeah, because you can't have your elite populace knowing that whole human beings and lives are being grown and fucking chopped apart to keep you alive.
Right.
I think the living body robots are kind of the creepiest ones, like muscle fiber wrapped around a little spring so that it can move and even be directed. It's just uncanny because technically made of human tissue, but it's not in a human. But this could be part of a limb. Yes, you could potentially grow a limb, assemble it, and then use it, as opposed to one you might not have. Hell, maybe you can have multiple limbs. I don't know. I don't know that the structure is there, but I bet someone's going to try it. I mean, you do technically already have multiple limbs. I mean, more than 4. This is one of the papers that just generally creeped people out because they made a biomechanical limb. It's made out of human tissue, mind you. They grew muscle fiber.
Why?
I think you asked me this question last time.
Every
we had one
time.
of the videos up, and I'm going to tell you the same answer. It's because it fucking works.
God damn it.
Fibers and put it together and made each individual finger so that they could move like our own hands. And we've all seen the flesh thing that I love so much, also made from human tissues, that they wanted to become a skin for robots that could potentially grow, heal, and give sensation. Although there have been better alternatives, and I've talked about them, like carbon nanofibers, than your robot needing flesh.
All right. Carbon nanofibers might be the worst invention in the history of mankind.
Do tell.
They're permanent.
Mm-hmm.
They sometimes spontaneously, when breaking, they will spontaneously form these things called buckyballs, and technically a carbon nanofiber is a bucky fiber, which is a buckyball that is stretched and into a cylinder essentially, and that's where their strength comes from. But the buckyballs are created when the fibers break with enough energy that it actually pops the carbon thing together and it becomes a spheroid. These things are permanent, indestructible, and will be there after our fucking stars burn out.
Yep.
Forever. You can't burn it. You can't break it. As far as I know, they are indestructible unless there's some change that's taken place in nanotechnology in the past 10 years, which there might have been. The only thing you can do is render them either into a fluid by adding them to something like acrylic or something to keep it from floating around, because these fuckers carry a negative charge, bro. They float. They free float in the fucking air, which means that every inch of the Earth's surface has a tiny deposition of buckyballs on it ever since they were invented like 50 years ago.
Yeah. You know, and that's pretty much what we were all kind of afraid of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you start building these things like this. To use another fictional example, when Ultron tried to have inhabit a body made of vibranium, right, in Age of Ultron, right? The whole reason he was doing that was so that he could have a housing that would be practically indestructible, so that he could destroy everything else. Like that was his whole shtick. And yeah, fictional example, fictional AI character, but plausible in this context, right?
The logic holds.
Yeah. So also, yeah, they're gonna make fleshy sex bots, like with real grown flesh.
Oh yeah.
Like, can you imagine that face? Like the above her, not her face. The one
fleshlights are about to get lit as fuck.
Stretched over, because that's actual real grown human tissue.
You gotta feed it. How do you feed a fleshlight? That's terrifying, dude.
Well,
not.
We know how you feed it.
Protein, lots of it.
God damn.
Jizzman is coming in to save the day.
Jizzman from space. I hate you.
It's making sure all the fleshy lights are fed.
Hell yeah.
And always ask. We are on the verge of biopunk. You can get cybernetic enhancements. You can get them right now. People are getting brain chips. If you want a future where you can have a tail or cat ears, I guess you can have it. I don't know why you would want it. Maybe I don't want to know why, but I don't see why it's not possible.
Okay. So
again,
we've already got before we get to the cat girls, we already have cybernetic enhancements. What the fuck do y'all think a pacemaker is? Like we already have some advancements in this area. They're just talking about taking us way past the line.
Yeah, it's better versions of it, really.
Yeah. So
but cat girls.
I don't want cat girls. I don't want who the.
Yeah, because you fucking hate cats, bro.
I also hate furries.
And people.
Yes, also that. Like everything about cat girls is fucking offensive to me. Like just
I don't know, it's a cute look, bro. It's a cute look.
Not. No, it's not. It's a fucking abomination. It's like, you know what? I will equate that to. I will equate that as an abomination in the same way. I am not done. I will equate that in the same way that I equate Reese's peanut butter cups, because the only thing that the big guy upstairs in heaven, and I agree on is that mixing perfectly good chocolate with fucking peanut butter is an abomination unto the Lord, and so are cat girls.
Bro, you are just the worst American.
I know.
It's okay, Abe. It's all right. We support him in being deranged, just like we support you in being English. It's the same thing, really.
Pretty much, yeah. At this point, definitely.
I've got your closing clip skewed up over here right after you do your talk.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
A drawful? I mean, half a dozen isn't a full draw, surely.
How dare Reese? That's what I say.
No, how dare you, Sam? How dare you?
You know what's hilarious is like of all of the fucking horrendous shit that I've said on this channel, that's the one that's gonna piss people off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, that's the one that's gonna make me the most online enemies, I think.
Yeah. It's like, okay, the cat thing we can let slide. Hating people, sure, understandable.
Oh,
you hate Reese's peanut butter cups?
I hate peanut butter.
Maybe it's time for you to kiss the wall,
having
Sam.
anything to do with fucking perfectly good chocolate.
Kiss the wall, Sam.
Kiss the fucking wall.
Are you kidding me? Jews love peanut butter.
Exactly. Now kiss the wall.
No, not doing it. Peanut butter makes the frogs gay.
I can't eat I don't really care. I really like peanut butter, but I can't eat it. So, you know. I look at Reese's cup.
My God.
Like, it's going to make my mouth burn. I thought peanut butter was spicy. I'm just allergic.
Spicy?
Yes,
it's not spicy.
Oh, right. Oh, shit.
I thought beans were spicy my whole life. I was like, oh, there's some spicy beans, and people look at me weird. I walk around with my lips bright red.
Oh, is this spicy? No, I'm just dying. Fuck.
Basically, I didn't know until I went and had some of those allergy tests done, and they were like, "Did you know you were allergic to legumes?" And I was like, "Wait, that's like everything I eat." I felt so much better about 2 weeks later. It was amazing. Hold on. My name
burns more than the peanuts.
It's in the name, honey. It's in the name. Swung on and missed. I am that white, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. All right, folks. I think that's going to be the show for today. This is a great fucking place to end it on, man. I'm going to thank Green Hair and Anti-Liberal for being here earlier. We don't get to see nearly enough of her, although I think certainly we're going to see a little more. But that said, Abe, what do you got coming up? Where can people find you on the internet?
Well, you can find me everywhere. Abe's going to get you. But I think I might actually just go to bed and die there for a bit.
Liar.
Because I fucking really need to sleep.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Abe's going to go up there. He's going to look at his bed, decide that was for someone else.
Yeah, I make this mistake every time. I'm like, I should go to bed now.
I figured we're that
12
bored.
hours later, I should go to bed now.
Yeah.
I make that mistake most nights too.
I kind of sneak up on my sleep and jump on it when it's not looking.
Right.
38 seconds. That's all you need.
Yeah. Was that it? You're just crash out?
Yeah, just check me out on X. You'll see whatever the fuck I'm doing there.
I have a brilliant idea for you. Next time you go to sleep, you should set up a sleep stream. No one will believe it. They will all show up to watch.
We'll get my first million viewers on the stream.
No, Derby. No, not the back taco.
I sleep for 2 minutes, wake up and just go, psych.
So, all right, man. Well, best of luck to you in that regard. Abe does all kinds of shit. Check him out on Twitter. He announces all of it there. And then Sasquatch. I'm sure you've got some stuff coming up you want to plug.
Wouldn't you like to know? But yeah, no, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm on Captain Curmudgeon's The Blast Radius. We're going to be disassembling some various forms of just all the bullshit that's been going on in the country for the past like week. It's just so much. There's so much crap going on that it's hard to point at anything and go, that's the most important. Tuesday, the naughty corner. We basically tell people they're naughty and should go sit in the corner until they think about the things they've done with their life, right? So
sure,
we watch bad people doing bad things. Sometimes it's bad cops, sometimes it's criminals, sometimes it's like Jim can't swim interrogation type stuff. It's just different stuff. Beyond that, you'll find me on the Powdered Dusty off and on. Rage of Tomato, maybe different days, different times, whenever they do things, and they let me know. So,
all right,
yeah, find me. I brought up the closing clip for after you finish talking out, and
yeah, we'll do that, and then play the outro, etc. At all. As far as I'm concerned, if Amira goes live tonight, I'll be over on Exiled Lioness 2 helping out with that. I haven't seen anything up yet, though, so I don't know if she's doing that tonight or not. She might. If she does, that's where we'll be. Otherwise, look out for more Star Trek Online streams coming up in the next week, maybe even later tonight. Probably not later tonight, but maybe be back on the Renaissance Nerds channel on Monday for a Stream of Conscious with Adam the Renaissance Nerd, possibly Jed the Hollywood Scholar. Otherwise, the next big thing I got coming up, I got a guest spot coming up on After the Weekend with my buddy R2 on Tonight with R2 next Thursday. So tune in for that. We're going to be talking about my favorite movies and TV shows, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, fuck.
The Abyssal Musings next Friday. Beelzebub Pub after that on Beelzebub Hub. And then right back here, more Screaming Gives the Void next week. Thank you all for coming.
30 minutes of Velocipaster?
No. I first of all, I like all of Velocipaster. Secondly,
no, I'm just saying 30-minute straight tirade about how much you like Velocipaster.
No, actually,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, I give you some spoilers right now. Like the movies I selected were Jaws, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and what was the last one? It was hard because I like a lot of stuff. I think Unbreakable.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like that film. I do.
I love it.
I love it.
It's one of my favorites, and has been since the first time I saw it. But that's the problem.
Yeah.
I have a lot of favorite movies, so I had to narrow this shit down, which is annoying, and I don't like that. But it's fine. We're going to talk about these next week, so tune in for that on After the Weekend here on YouTube. So that said, thank you all for coming. Thanks to the panel. Thanks to chat. You guys are amazing, awesome. We'll see y'all next time. And remember, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras. Now we're gonna play this little clip, and then when it ends, I will be hitting the outro.
Yeah. See, guys, you're gonna buy a book for this. You know you're gonna buy a book for this.
It's better than my pirate costume.
And I
think it froze up a little.
Oh, there we go.
And go.
It's fine. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.